lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd, but more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Dropping back, it's Gabriel. He wants to go deep. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Ducks!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys. And there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Miller with the ball. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
With the catch, it's Bernard. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Working that left side now. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The inside handoff. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Whittington. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a playground. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Quickly complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Herring.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Oregon! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes that Alabama offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Now the play fake. Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop for the return at about the 28-yard line. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
First down here for the offense. A quick pass to the left. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
And that pass is intercepted. takes it the other way. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama! He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took it.
What a snag by the defense. What a nice play, and even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Got it on the outside, it's Williams. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Out of the gun, the inside give. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown tie! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on fit.
He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He'll bring it out. It's James. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Back to pass, it's Gabriel. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Catch in the middle. It's James. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I know everyone's yelling that you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Finds the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Got a man. It's James. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And this almost feels like a free play on second and inches. 3 wide receivers to the right. They go to the ground. Finds a crease at the 20. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
Pocket starts to collapse. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there, they're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Man, you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. The pull and throw off the RPO. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Milroe. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll pull it down. Oh, he spun away like a vapor. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and the score is 35-17. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's James. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the side.
He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Bringing it back.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the...
Going downfield for the big play. Brings it down on the right side. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Snagged in the middle. It's Holden. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass, it's Gabriel. Firing to the right, complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. He's looking to pass. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Buys a little time. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He's looking to throw it. Steps away to find some room. Fires into traffic, picked off. Looking for more room. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 35.
And the Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half.
36. Set to advance on the football.
Coming out with it, it's Henderson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
First and 10. Will take over. First and 10.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. They'll keep it on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defense.
It's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Looking to move it through the air. Gonna take a shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Number 7.
This is a receiver that is so good running routes. You never know which way he's going to go at the top of his route because he doesn't peek. He doesn't telegraph where he's going. The timing on corner routes is so important, and the quarterback did a nice job getting it out early so his receiver could make the catch and then take it into the end zone.
35. Oregon 32.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
First and 10.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than that.
And it's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
To the air.